name is Shannon Standish, and welcome to my Sustainability Audit Summary presentation for Class HCS 591 with Professor Johnny West. So today I'd like to talk a little bit about what I've learned in this class and throughout the process of building this sustainability audit for an organization called the Health and Human Services. I'd like to start off with a definition that I've come to in regards to what sustainability means and how that affects healthcare. So sustainability is often presented in many of the literature as an interaction between the environment, economy, and social dynamics. It's also known as the triple bottom line because it affects people, planet, and profit. In healthcare, providers and systems as a whole must start to engage in sustainable practice to treat patients more holistically and also use their tremendous influence to affect positive changes in behaviors that lead to sustainable lifestyles. This is something that must be done on an individual basis with employees and staff as a personal choice, as well as infusion of sustainability practices and processes throughout the organization. So the Department of Health and Human Services itself has a pretty indoctrinated culture with sustainability practices already. Their mission and vision and value statement is clearly aligned with sustainability practices throughout the organization, and as a government-run agency, they're actually an umbrella organization over other government agencies such as Medicare and Medicaid services, as well as the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the Food and Drug Administration, and the Agency for Healthcare Research and Quality. So their main aim, their mission, is to protect the health and well-being of every American through fostering advances in medicine, public health, and social services. So the way that they are transparent about their sustainability beliefs and practices is that they have created a structure and an actual entity within HHS with a senior sustainability officer who oversees the department's activities and influence. And they also put out an annual report, which is closely aligned with their strategic report, that goes over 10 strategies that they use to track and measure their performance against their sustainability goals. And those are based on Executive Order 13693. And those 10 strategies include greenhouse gas reduction, sustainable buildings, clean and renewable energy, water use efficiency and management, fleet management, sustainable acquisition, pollution prevention and waste reduction, energy performance contracts, electronic stewardship, and climate change resilience. So in order to track and measure and sort of see how they're doing, taking a temperature every year, what they do is they put out a sustainability scorecard that looks at these different categories and it makes it transparent to the public and to the organization how they're doing and where they need to go next. So some of the things that I've learned in pursuing this audit is what are some of the barriers to sustainable practice in an organization. So some of the challenges and barriers include needing leadership and staff buy-in. So strong leadership is needed in order to affect a cultural change within an organization. There's definitely typically resistance to change, and there's also some resistance to changing lifestyles as well. Education about sustainability, and also on a personal level some guilt and fear about changing their own lifestyles, and then just the time needed to make those changes. Some of the things that we can do as people, individuals, and organizations to affect sustainable practices in an organization is to make sure that there is strong leadership within the company who takes a bottom-up approach to listening to staff, and as well as infusing sustainability into the culture of the organization, which can be evidenced by process changes and decision-making that's guided by sustainability and practices and beliefs. The other thing, some of the tools that you can use as an organization to affect sustainability changes in an organization include Lean, Six Sigma, evidence-based leadership. LEAD is an organization that produces some guidelines for buildings, and also utilizing other organizations such as Healthcare Without Harm. I hope you've enjoyed my presentation. Thank you for listening.